I'm going to show you how to make the Cathedral runner by Kreative Kiwi. For this I'm going to be using a 5x7 hoop, 2 layers of wash away stabiliser per hooping, and there will be 10 hoopings, but I won't be showing all of them, only 2. A matching bobbin and thread, some T-pins, masking tape, my squizzers and my fabrics and batting cut to size. You'll find a link for this design in the video description below. If you would like to win Kreative Kiwi loyalty points to the value of this design, then just keep on watching as details will be given further on in the video. We're going to start by hooping our 2 layers of wash away stabiliser. So place your stabiliser over the outer hoop, insert the inside frame, and then we're going to pin around the top edge of our hoop to prevent the stabiliser from being pulled down between the 2 hoop pieces. So take your pin, any pin with a head will work, place it on the inside frame, push it through the stabiliser, bring it round and back through the stabiliser again, and that will anchor it. And you're going to do that on all 4 sides. The larger your hoop, the more pins you will use. And our hoop's ready to use. You can make your runner as long as you want. There are 2 files to this design, centre and sides. So we're going to start off by stitching one of the centre pieces. So load that file into your machine along with your matching bobbin and thread colour for the quilting pattern. Then pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 1, and that's going to give you your placement outline for your batting, and I'm going with green. Place your batting over the outline and tape it in place. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 2 to secure it. Trim away the excess batting from around the edge of the stitch line, taking care not to cut your stitches. We're now going to place our fabrics, so turn your hoop over, place your backing fabric over the outline and tape it in place. Do the same on the front. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 3, and that's going to secure the fabrics and quilt the segment as well. Trim away the excess fabric from both back and front of your hoop, taking care not to cut your stitches. So turn your hoop over. Load your matching bobbin and thread colour for the satin stitching around the border into your machine, and then stitch round number 4, and I'm going with red. We're now going to free our work from the hoop, so turn your hoop over and, taking care not to cut any stitches, trim around the edge of your segment. And that's our centre segment complete, and we can set our work aside for the minute. We're now going to do one of the side segments. So hoop and pin your 2 layers of wash away stabilizer, load the file side into your machine along with your matching bobbin and thread colour for the quilt pattern. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 1, and that's going to give you your placement outline for your batting. And I'm going with green. Place your batting over the outline and tape it in place. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 2 to secure it. Trim away the excess batting from around the edge of the stitch line, taking care not to cut your stitches. We're now going to place our fabrics both back and front of the hoop, so turn your hoop over, place your backing fabric over the outline and tape it in place. Do the same on the front. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 3, and that's going to secure your fabrics and do the quilting. Trim away the excess fabric from both back and front of your hoop, taking care not to cut your stitches. So turn your hoop over. Load your matching bobbin and thread colour for the satin stitching around the edge of your segment into your machine, and then stitch round number 4. And I'm going with red. We can now free our work from the hoop, so turn your hoop over and, taking care not to cut your stitches, trim around the edge of your segment. So we're going to remove the excess stabilizer from around the edge of the segments, and I'm just going to stack them. Take a cotton bud, dip it in some warm water and just wipe it around the edge. And there we have our 2 segments. All we need to do now is make 8 more, or however many you need to make your runner. So that's all the segments I'm going to need. I'm just going to turn these over so that you can see what I've got. I've got 8 of the sides and I've got 2 of the centers. So let's just sort these. There's the other center and there's the other side. So we're now going to put all these together into a runner, and it's very, very simple. That it doesn't take much thinking about. So I've just pressed my segments so that these pieces fold up so that I can lay them out, and you're going to lay them out like this, and you want your center going point to point to point, including your 2 side pieces. The points will face into the centers, and then the other pieces just slot in between. And then we're going to pin these segments together, because we will be stitching along this stitch line here along here. I know you can't see it here, but you will later on, in order to join them together. So I'm going to pin these. And then we're going to stitch all the seams. If you prefer to baste them together like I do, then you can do that first. It's entirely your call. So I'm going to baste these and then we will stitch all the joins. So I've basted everything together, and next we're going to stitch them on our sewing machine, and all you're going to do is follow the stitch lines and stitch directly on top of them. And you're going to do along here, 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 here and here. Okay, so it's competition time. If you would like to win Creative Kiwi loyalty points to the value of this design, like, subscribe and share to support this channel, and then tell me what fabric colours you would use to make this cathedral runner. This competition will close at 6 p.m. Central European Time +1 on Sunday the 29th of December, and a winner will be picked at random from all the valid entries, so be sure to check back and see if it's you. Good luck and thanks for taking part. Merry Christmas. So I've unpicked the basting stitches that I put in, and then I pressed these petals apart, and that's our runner complete. There's the front and that's the back. I hope you enjoyed this stitch along. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified of new videos as soon as they're published. Do pop along to Creative Kiwi's Facebook group. There's always lots of ideas, help and inspiration there for everybody. And thank you very much for joining me. You'll find a link to this design in the video description below, along with lots of other information such as where I get my supplies and some discount codes for you as well. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.